I grew up in the church from a very young age. I was a part of a church that had no youth, so I had a lot of older mentors that really helped me grow up in my faith. And then when I was in 8th grade, I went to church camp for the first time and accepted Jesus as my Lord and Savior and served at that church camp for almost 20 years. So that was really great and a lot of fun.
I think my story is pretty similar. I grew up in a church, going to church 3 or 4 times. 3 or 4 times a week. My mother was a children's choir leader. My grandfather was in a quartet that traveled around. I was in the choir. All kinds of stuff, but sort of similar to her. Even though I went to church for a long time, it wasn't until I was 14 when I went off to church camp and kind of saw, you know, a deeper connection there other than just going to church, but actually seeing how, you know, you could be part of a bigger church family. That I came to accept Christ and was baptized then, but I wanted to do this again as an adult now, just to rededicate my life to Jesus and do it with my wife. So as a couple, we're kind of doing this together.
I'm a nurse, so it's very vocational. I love being able to, when I was at the bedside, just be with my patients, and when the doors open, to pray with them and just be with them in a really hard time. I've since moved into an educator role, so educating my staff and supporting my staff. And orientation for a new nurse, there's lots of ups and downs, and it also gives me a way to mentor them. And again, when it comes up, it's a great way to share my faith and mentor the new nurses so they can touch even more people than I could ever as just one person.
For me, working at Messiah College, I work with a group of about 8 students on a tech crew, and we often pray for each other. We have usually a goal each semester that's faith-based, nothing related to the job, but just something to try to further their faith, and we check in on that. Also, I do a financial ministry through In Him Christian Wellness in Camp Hill, where I meet with people from all walks of life and try to help them with their finances, budgeting, that sort of thing, which has been pretty fruitful. Have had opportunity to do that here at McBick a few times as well with a class and some individuals. So I think it's really neat to see how we can walk out our faith in our finances as well and be great stewards of what we're given to glorify Him. I think Jesus being the Lord of my life means a lot of things, and I think even more now as we have a child, just thinking about, you know, the great things that He has done for us, but also that He is going to do for her, and just being reminded that, you know, as a father to her, that He's my father. And so to kind of take examples from Him through His words in the Bible to be a great father.
Yeah, just along with that, just trying to focus what I'm doing in my personal life, my work life, and my family, just around Jesus. And then, like he said, now that I'm a mom and how much I love her, just kind of makes it so much more real of how much He must love me. Exodus 14:14 has always been my favorite. The Lord will fight for you, you need only to be still. And I just love that imagery because I'm a pretty anxious person at times, and to just have that action of just watching the Lord go out before me and taking care of what I need is, and what I pray for is just beautiful to me.
So Hebrews 13:2 is probably my favorite one right now, which says, "Do not neglect to show hospitality to strangers, for thereby some have entertained angels unaware." So not only to our friends and family, but to just random people. At the college, I get to interact with many different groups from all over the country who come in for conferences, and just meeting people and trying to just be hospitable to them.
I guess I was baptized as a child, as an infant, so I never really made that public declaration that I'm a Christian. I accepted Him when I was 8, but just kind of watching the baptisms here, and it really was sparked in the membership class that it was something that I wanted to do as an adult and make that decision for me.
I just want to be baptized again to just rededicate my life. It's good, I think, to proclaim that again. It's been a long time since I was baptized. It's just good to be revigorated and also do this together as husband and wife and as parents.